My name is Marco. I grew up in an old family house in the countryside. But there was always one place I feared, the small, locked room at the end of the hallway. My parents told me that no one was allowed inside. When I asked why, they would just look at me sternly and say, "Forget about that room." But how can a child forget something forbidden? The first time I heard it, I woke up to a sound. It was soft, like fingernails tapping from inside that room. I was terrified, but I told myself I was imagining things. Over the years, I remained scared of that place. Sometimes I could swear I heard whispers coming from within, a faint voice calling my name. "Makaku, come closer." But I never dared to go near. 2. The family secret. It wasn't until my grandfather died that my father finally told me the truth. "Marco," he said, "your great-grandmother used to live in that room. She was different. At night, she would talk to someone, even though no one else was there. She said someone visited her from the darkness. One morning, she was gone. The door was open, and the room was empty. They never found her. Since then, my family had kept the door locked, forbidding anyone from entering. But I couldn't resist. 3. I opened the door. One rainy night, when I was home alone, I decided to find out the truth. I found an old key among my grandfather's things. My heart pounded as I approached the door. Creak. I slowly pushed it open. Inside, there was only an old bed, a chair, and a dusty mirror. The air smelled damp and stale. I almost laughed, thinking it was all just a silly family myth, until I looked into the mirror. Something was standing behind me, a tall, shadowy figure with long arms and glowing red eyes. But there was no one else in the room, only in the reflection. Then the shadow lifted its hand and pointed at me. 4. The night it returned. I couldn't move. I couldn't breathe. Then the light in the room flickered, and the door slammed shut behind me. A whisper echoed from the mirror. "You finally set me free." I don't remember what happened next. They found me unconscious outside the room. The mirror was shattered, and the door no longer existed. It was as if the room had never been there. But now, every night, I hear the tapping again. Only this time, it's coming from my closet.